Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I am so happy you're here. I'm trying to get better at actually looking in the camera lens and not on my finder. But if you see me looking over there, that's why. I'm trying my hardest. Since I don't like how this is like a reflection in. Here, let me switch this over. Today we're diving into a topic that I personally love and can really transform your life, your perception. As you guys know, your beliefs create your automatic assumptions, perceptions, behaviors, emotions. Your perception of the world creates the life that you live. It can either keep you stuck in a mental prison or unlock the door to unlimited possibilities. And in this video, I am going to address some really important topics, kind of piggyback off of the video that I did a while back. It's called The Mind of Manifesting. It's truly all about your perception, and it's where a lot of people get stumped, get easily triggered or feel like whatever they're applying isn't working without knowing the way that manifestation actually works. I'm going to explain why mindset is everything, how the way you view the world either locks you into your circumstances or propels you forward. So our perception is a lens we view everything in, ourselves and our future, and even our current circumstances. Think of it almost as like a filter. So if the filter is negative or very limiting, or if you've had a ton of negative experiences within this one area of your life, it's very easy to continue to experience negative things because your perception's off. But if you shift your perception, aka working on your beliefs, to see opportunities, growth, and possibility, your entire world changes. But here's the catch. That's entirely up to you to do. So if you want to change your life, you have to take responsibility for the thoughts you're entertaining during the day, how you're choosing to speak about your life. When your perception is rooted in fear, it creates almost a mental prison. You feel stuck, almost like unable to move. And I've been there plenty of times. When your perception is off, you almost start to believe that this is your life, this is your reality, and there's nothing that you can do to change it. But that's not true. You actually have the power to change it, and that's the most beautiful thing about mindset and manifestation. When you tell yourself stories like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this is just how life is, this is just how I am, these thoughts will keep you in a cycle of self-sabotage. The crazy part about it is that it's all in your head. On the flip side, when you choose to see the world through a lens of possibility, your perception becomes your passport. A passport that almost opens so many amazing doors of new opportunities, growth, abundance, immense amount of joy, of happiness, stability, and success. By changing your mindset or shifting in your beliefs or your self-concept, you start seeing the world as a place full of chances to thrive, and your life simply has to follow suit. This also ties into manifestation because I've said this in one of my videos before. Manifesting is so simple, you guys. Like, it truly is so simple, but us humans love to complicate things, myself included. So when I, discovered or had the realization of how freaking easy this stuff is, you need to give everything meaning. Meaning, you need to give everything good meaning. So since you always get what you want, the circumstances or whatever might pop up in your reality actually isn't negative at all. And it's actually helping you get to your manifestation. Even though you already have it, I understand as a human, circumstances, especially when they're very pressing, can be very easy to kind of falter back into the mindset of this never works, what am I doing wrong? I don't know if this is working or not. Am I gonna get what I want? Am I applying like the right things? Yes. I'm gonna tell you right now, yes, you're doing everything right. Perception, and the saying perception is reality, is very true, because whatever you perceive to be true is true. Yes, that can be like an oh shit moment for you, especially if your beliefs are not in alignment. But once you get those beliefs in alignment, you almost start seeing everything as helping you. It's not really hindering you, it's helping you. So you can either take the circumstance that you're in and see it as a problem. It's going to be a problem. You could just as easily go the other way and say, actually, I can learn a lot from this circumstance. This is gonna help me grow as a person. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to grow and shift in my mindset. You're gonna see that the circumstance doesn't even become a problem at all. You need to give everything good meaning, but you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. You don't know what God is doing behind the scenes. And it's actually none of your business and it's none of your job. And honestly, I'm grateful that we don't have to see what's going on behind the scenes, because that would just be way too much on our plates. And I think that most of the time, ignorance is bliss. Your perception really does matter when you're creating, especially when you're creating things specifically in your life. Your perception matters. The way that you choose to view your circumstance or your life matters. You can either sit there and dwell and victimize yourself and stay stuck in a rut, or pick yourself up, dust yourself off, tell yourself that you always get what you want. And I'm telling you, it's so funny because it really is that simple. It can feel like whatever you're applying isn't working, but when I tell you, if you just stay persistent with your affirmations, and all your affirmations are thoughts. It's nothing that, and you don't even have to believe them at first. I didn't believe half of my affirmations at first until they hardened as facts, and then it came in as my experience. But at first, I really didn't believe my affirmations, and I know that sounds a little bit delusional, because in a sense, it kind of was. But then now looking back on it, it actually was the most logical thing for me to do. I didn't want to be stuck there for the rest of my life. I knew that there was more to life than being stuck in a negative mindset. I want you to take whatever circumstance you're in right now, and even if you're like in a rut right now, I still get in ruts sometimes. I'm a human being. I'm still gonna have moments where I doubt, moments where I worry, but I'm so far along my journey now that I kind of just brush that off, do some breath work, I meditate on some affirmations, I do things to regulate myself. So I'm telling you guys literally what I do. I'm not a perfect robot. I'm still learning too, but I'm also speaking from a lot of experience. So how can you start shifting in your perception, and how can you start working on your limiting beliefs and address, your mindset in a healthy way? Take these with a grain of salt. This is just something that I did that personally really helped me adjust in my belief system. First of all is your awareness. Catch yourself when those negative thoughts arise. The simple step of just acknowledging them is the first step to changing them. Number 2, affirmations. Affirmations are just thoughts. You can literally reprogram your entire brain by repeating affirmations. So I actually love sleep affirmations, and they work like a charm. They've actually changed my entire life. Sleep affirmations changed the game for me because your brain's doing most of the work while you're sleeping, and then all you have to do when you wake up is regulate your nervous system. Number 3, surround yourself with positivity. It's very hard to shift in your mindset if you're surrounding yourself with negativity. Whether it's people, content, environments, the energy you surround yourself with is what influences your mindset. And this is probably one of the most important. I should have put this first, but your environment is so important. And I understand that a lot of people can't change their environment immediately, but if you have the luxury of doing that, I just highly recommend you just be a little hyper aware. It's like almost like birds of a feather flock together. You really need to become hyper aware of who you surround yourself with and the environments you put yourself in. Number 4, practicing gratitude and being grateful for every little minor inconvenience. Having access to this type of information, I don't think you guys understand how truly blessed you are to have access to this piece of knowledge. This is something that not a lot of people have the luxury of knowing, and you can literally change your life. I want you to train your brain to focus on what you're grateful for. No matter how small, no matter how big, it really does shift your focus from lack to abundance. Number 5, I want you to visualize your success. And you can choose to do this at whatever point in the day. For me personally, I love doing it at night, right before I fall asleep. If you've ever heard of SATs, I'm sure you guys have. If you haven't, I'll put the description of what it is up here. Visualizing and putting yourself and seeing yourself being successful, the more vividly you can see it, the more real it becomes. Think about inventors. And this is what I don't understand when people are like, manifestation is not real. I'm like, you've always been doing it. What do you mean it's not real? You've always been assuming things your entire life. You've always been thinking things your entire life. You've always been, that's literally how simple manifestation is. It's just thoughts and assumptions. When you can actually picture, like think about inventors that invented things. They had to see it in their mind before it became an actual object in their experience. Like it didn't just fall into their lap. Like they had to think about it first. And that's literally like the most simplest way I could put it. You had people that invent things didn't just like find an iPhone on the ground. They had to think about how it looked. They had to think about how it was going to work. They had to think about the products that they needed. Maybe they were manifesting in the people that were going to help them. It's so simple. I remember a time when I felt very stuck. Actually, it was this time last year. I was not in a good mental headspace, you guys. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I was going through it. I'm human, so I still, have my own little fun circumstances that I have to deal with, but I've learned to handle them in a healthier way. In those moments, I was feeling so defeated. I was feeling stuck. I was feeling like nothing was working out. But once I made the choice, like I was so tired of being tired and sad. It was like just one day I woke up and I was like, I can't live like this forever. This isn't fun anymore. And I decided to change my mindset. And when I tell you, everything started to shift. The challenges didn't disappear. My circumstances didn't disappear, but my ability to handle them and grow through them expanded. And that's the power of perception. Now it's your turn. I want you to ask yourself, what lens am I looking through today? Is my perception holding me back or is it propelling me forward? You have the God-given gift of knowing this piece of information. You can choose what reality you want to live in a moment-to-moment basis. And it does become easier as you persist with this routine and like I said, just becoming aware, but be honest with yourself. And it's okay to not be okay. Like it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. You are human. So give yourself some grace. This is a moment of growth. We're human beings. We're put on this planet to grow, to learn. If everything was perfect, like how boring would life be? I would hate that, even though I'm perfect. I'm just kidding. But I really want you guys to just give yourself some grace. Take it day by day. Don't take it for granted. Don't take this knowledge for granted. Apply yourself. And I'm so excited to see how this changes your life because it definitely changed mine. But thank you guys for watching. Remember, perception is your reality. And today you have the power to change it. So until next time, and remember to respect yourself, love yourself, honor yourself, and you deserve the best because you said so. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.